Greetings brothers and sisters, welcome back to an amazing video today because we are celebrating a leader who is stoic, someone you cannot push here and there, who says things and sticks to that, and he doesn't entertain mediocrity. So on the 12th and the 13th of March, just like 3 days ago, we had a delegation from the United States coming to Niger, Niamey. And this delegation was in Niger on the 12th, and they met with the Prime Minister of Niger, that is Ali Lamin Zein. And what they talked about mostly, let me read. A high-level US delegation led by the Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, Miss Mary Catherine P. or Molly P., together with the Assistant Secretary of Defense for International Security Affairs, Celeste Wallander, and the African Commander, General Michael Langley, visited Niamey to discuss 1. The return to democratic path of Niger, and 2. Bilateral cooperation in areas of security and development. Yeah, of course we know that they had to talk about the military, because they have about 1,000 soldiers in Niger. The US, the French ones left, although we are not 100% sure. So they had to talk about, the 1,000 soldiers, because, we have to be in cooperation so that we can work together and fight terrorism, which you've been assisting us to fight without any success. We are even better without you. Then, so the discussions went on with Ali Lamin Zein, and he made it clear that Niger would not give in to external injunctions, and that the Nigerian people are sovereign and alone authorized to determine the timetable and modalities of the democratic transition. Remember, the AES countries are working on bringing in their own model of governance, their own model of democracy. They don't want the copycat we have from the US. Then they have the soldiers in Niger. So they told that the Nigerian authorities reaffirmed their commitment to cooperate with the US in the fight against terrorism, but also stressed the need to review the terms of this partnership. Remember, sometimes back they said we have to review all the military partnership we have with the outside nations. Then remember, they recently moved closer to Russia and signed a defense memorandum of understanding with Moscow, which illustrated their desire to diversify strategic partnership. And we even saw these Western countries warning them and trying to tell them, no, don't go with Russia, it's dangerous and all that. But this is a sovereign country we're talking about. That is 12th. That's normal. And the best thing about the Prime Minister of Niger, Ali Lamin Zein, is he asserted their stand and the stand of his president, Abdurrahman Tiani. Then, on the 13th, Miss Mary Catherine P., or they call her Molly P., wanted to meet Abdurrahman Tiani. General Abdurrahman Tiani snapped them and showed them, the bad. He knew what they wanted to talk about. And he knew that they will always come to push for you to go back to democracy. And that had already been, they had already gotten the information from his Prime Minister. So they never needed to go and say, what you got from the Prime Minister is useless. We need the leader himself.
They are used to our puppet presidents.
Yeah, and they thought maybe
it's the same system.
Like the way you usually meet an assistant or a secretary, and the secretary tells you that today you cannot meet the boss because the boss is ABC.
Yeah.
Now they wanted to go direct to the boss.
Oh, not even like you can't meet him today. Like, this is our policy in this company. We don't do things this way. Whether you hear it from secretary, from the cleaner, it is the company policy. That is how it goes.
But now they thought they would go to the boss so that they can change things. The way the US are used to lobbying and all that. And Abdurrahman Tiani said, you know what? No.
Not in my country.
That warmed my heart. It was good.
And the cool thing is that these guys are not scared of anybody. Whether you call yourself the whatever in this world, you take that to your country. You don't want to hear about it.
Go with your...
Man, I think these are guys which they are worth the protection of Africans, their people. Because where do you get such a leader who sticks to what he has said he will do?
Yeah, and this is what the Yes Info is saying, and it's being very sarcastic. It's saying Washington leaves Niamey empty-handed, despite an extension of stay by 1 day and 2 visits to the Prime Minister's office. The American delegation was unable to obtain the long-awaited audience with General Tiani. The diplomatic snap is a scathing disavowal war for the United States, which has been trying since the coup to impose its agenda on Niger. Tiani's refusal to meet with Americans is a clear sign of his intention to stay and not give in to international pressure. They even added 1 more day, and they visited the Prime Minister's office twice. Wow, they were determined.
And do you know the stupid thing about the US is the fact that they are able to send a delegation, more peace, your assistant, I don't know, African, whatever. They never send the president to go and run these dirty works in Africa.
Yeah.
But they expect this small person to be recognized by the president as his equal counterpart.
It's
and
like
it's ridiculous.
It's like they call an African meeting, and most of our leaders will be black men, and you cannot send delegation. You have to come yourself.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's easy to blackmail you with words. And Tiani had his stud, and he has passed the stud to the Prime Minister Lamin Zain, and he doesn't want. It's not
that is
changing.
the country. It's not him. It's not his rules. It's the country. If this is how we are running it, this is how we have agreed to run it. You cannot now come and think that because you've gotten a side door. And they're the same people who say Africa is full of corruption, and they want to do the same thing, go through the back door to follow, to do whatever they want to do in our countries. We are not doing it, and we are not doing it even if it comes from the smallest kid in Niger.
Kudos to our President Tiani, our African President Abdurrahman Tiani, our African Prime Minister Lamin Zain. You guys are
sticking by their people.
You're giving us hope for Africa, together with the whole of AES, and now Senegal, which is coming to the scene. Hopefully,
and just praying for Senegal. And who has this democracy ever helped? Like this democracy, they are busy pushing.
Oh, it helps them.
Busy pushing. If it's not them, then who else?
By the way, do you know, apart from them, and the US is chaotic when it comes to voting. Like right now, it's so chaotic. When you look at the UK, which is like the mother of the US, they don't have democracy.
They don't have it. And you want to remove somebody who's doing the work. If we are about serving people and doing the work on the ground, it shouldn't matter the system in which this person is using to do it. As long as we are seeing the results on the ground and it's working for the people, who are you, Molipi, to come and say, hey, when are you talking about democracy?
When are you bringing back them? Because with democracy, they can manipulate. Oh, they have 1,000 soldiers.
Yeah, we are going to sanction you.
And remember, the soldiers are doing what? Yeah. They are doing that. They are not there for terrorists.
No.
So
those are people who are skilled, they are knowledgeable about our minerals.
So they want democracy so that they can have their own puppet, they can continue mining.
And they can continue scaring you if you go against us. We are sanctioning you if you that fear. They did the same thing with so many things, in the past to make us fear. But it's a new generation that says, we are not fearing anything. If it's death, we know everybody's going to die, even you, whoever is putting us through the death, you will still die and meet us wherever you are going to meet us. So as long as we live a country that our generation will be proud of, our future generations will be proud of, so be it. Tiani was like, I'm too old to be, to be running around with these successes. All I want to do is to
my
serve
life
my
does
people.
not interest
Doesn't excite me anymore. So
So guys, let us know what you think on the comment section. We are happy when you comment. We read them all. We see you in the next one.
bye.
Bye bye.